One midday in 1778. At 19, while in the university dining hall, you overhear your classmates discussing a piece of news. 3 years ago, AG, a leading American tobacco company, offered a staggering bounty of $75,000 for the invention of a fully automatic cigarette-making machine. Yet, to this day, no one in the world has succeeded. After verifying the news, you immediately drop out of university and devote yourself entirely to developing the machine. It seems that geniuses the world over are just the same. The moment they hear thrilling news, they drop out and dive straight into R&D. Back in those days, people were starting to quit smoking, not for health reasons, but because traditional smoking tools from 150 years prior were just too time-consuming, taking up an hour or two every single time. Industrial development left people with less and less time to enjoy smoking. Tobacco sales in the US also plummeted to an all-time low. The American tobacco industry had to automate and industrialize, producing standardized cigarettes for fast consumption, in order to reclaim the market. That was the historical backdrop of the time. And that is why you dropped out. Because you are a mechanical genius. This was your moment in history. After more than 2 years of grueling struggle, you finally built a fully automatic cigarette-making machine, but AG company refused to recognize your invention, claiming the machine's high failure rate meant it couldn't meet their requirements. As you turned and walked away in despair, you overheard the head of AG mutter under his breath, "Just another fraud." Fortunately, after enduring the next 4 years, the hardest of your life, in 1884, a small company named Duke saw the potential in your machine and purchased 2 for production. You finally reached a turning point in life. Your machines began selling in greater and greater numbers, and Duke Company grew stronger and stronger thanks to your machines, eventually becoming the renowned British American Tobacco for over a century to come. Your hometown was proud of you, too, and named a local town after you, Bonsac. Your dream was realized. But little did you know, over the next century, everything would spiral completely out of control. European and American tobacco companies transformed nicotine intake with industrial cigarettes that could be finished in just 5 minutes. Their sales soared as a result. And so did their profits. But they weren't satisfied with that, they wanted more profit. They wanted to deliver nicotine to consumers' brains even faster, to get them addicted and dependent as quickly as possible. The simplest approach was to educate the market, teaching everyone to inhale deep into their lungs. This way, nicotine could reach the brain in just 7 seconds. But the market was hard to educate. Back then, only the poor were willing to inhale into their lungs. The poor back then just cared about enjoying themselves, while anyone with a bit of education knew it was undoubtedly bad for their health. The turning point came in 1914. When World War I broke out, to ease the tension of the battlefield, soldiers from all nations took to inhaling nicotine deep into their lungs. After the war, these soldiers brought this habit back to their home countries. Over the next few decades, through the relentless market education by tobacco companies, all the way up to around 1950, rapid nicotine absorption via the lungs finally became the mainstream worldwide. Yet the tobacco companies remained unsatisfied. They continuously developed faster, more concealed methods to reach quicker addiction. Everyone knows what happened next. First, they eliminated the need for a lighter, making it ready to smoke the moment you pick it up. Then, they eliminated the act of smoking altogether, just hold it in your mouth. Nicotine stimulation became simpler and more concealed. Nicotine was evolving faster and faster on this planet. You deeply regret pressed the button for this rapid evolution. But you are greatly relieved that a brand new invention, Loong Shell, is now striving to hit the brakes on all this. Loong Shell, this flame-style quitting smoking device, is working hard to re-educate the market, bringing everyone back to a slower pace of nicotine intake. With Loong Shell, a single cigarette can be smoked intermittently for over an hour. And through its great flavor by low-temperature combustion, Loong Shell helps everyone rediscover that savoring the sweet taste can naturally teach people to enjoy the pleasure of not inhaling into the lungs. Without changing traditional smoking habits, it helps everyone gradually and easily quit. Loong Shell also maximizes the balance between health and convenience. When users complained it was too complicated, Loong Shell made improvements. And when users complained it was too convenient, Loong Shell immediately made corresponding adjustments. Loong Shell will always hold the line, ensuring it feels just convenient enough for adults over 30, and never so convenient that it appeals to all ages. Loong Shell will continue to hold the line, educate the market, and awaken the market, guiding the world back onto the right path.